Well, hello and good
Hi.
evening. We are now in hour number 12 of 36 hours of the Chemo Buddies for Life Giveathon. And we have tonight, I am so excited that we have Ruth V. Mellor, that has joined us as co host going into the morning hours. And why don't you do this? I'm going to, first of all, brag about you a bit, and then I will let you brag about Heather. How does that work?
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Okay, all right, we're going to do that. All right, so I have gotten to know Ruth just recently, and I have to say that I'm ever so impressed by your attitude, your abilities to see the healing throughout this universe, this world, in such ways of being opening my eyes. I have to say, the people that you were involved with, the movement of healing through animals and the movement of healing through so many other mediums, that I am just thrilled to have you a part of this Giveathon and here with our Chemo Buddies for Life community. So welcome, Ruth.
Thank you. I am honored to be here.
Awesome.
Uh, you look fabulous, by the way, for going as long as you already have been going.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I have to say, I am energized by the mission.
Well,
Yeah.
it shows. You look beautiful.
Oh,
So
thank
good.
you.
You're doing
Thank you.
good.
Thank you.
So do I get to now introduce our magic woman of the hour, our beautiful Heather? Is it my turn to do that?
Yes, please. Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, so I am extremely excited to introduce you guys to Heather Dawn, and she even put on her nameplate, Mishi. So Mishi is actually her Native American name that was given to her by a medicine man from the Kiowa tribe. And so we're talking about some unique stuff that Heather brings. And I have personally been able to work with her and also see her work with different energy ways and connection ways and divine intervention and divine timing, and really knowing how to align herself and her clients with their next piece, right? That next piece into who they are, what they need, whether it's for healing or expression. And what I love that she is doing now is she is bringing forth Coco Coquette, right? I always get tongue tied, which is an absolute brilliant shot that she has for really just connecting that person into who they are with expression and identities and personas and everything, where we kind of lose ourselves in those transitions of different pieces we lose and gain and go through. So I would love, Heather, for you to kind of explain a little bit of who you are a little bit, and let us know, how did you get involved with what you're bringing forth today?
Yes, I am Heather Dawn, and I was in corporate world for a good 18 years, if I don't include my college and my internships. But really just started discovering that I needed to do my calling in life, which was working with people on a soul level, I guess. And so over the past 2.5 years, maybe 3 years, really diving into who am I, what do I want, and where do I want to go, and discovered that all through my childhood, I just lived a very magical childhood, and I really wanted to step back into that. And I've worked with several people on healing on a soul level and spiritual level. And I've also started working on opening Coco Coquette, Colorado, to make it even more of a tongue tie. Coco Coquette.
Say that 3 times fast, huh?
Yeah. Which we go by Coco Coquette Denver, because we're located in Denver, Colorado. And what Coco Coquette is it's a wig, makeup, and sparkle palace. And we specialize in wig parties. We also have retail hours, and we love to do wig parties after hours. And what that includes is everyone comes in and finds their spirit wig. And once they do that, they move on to makeup, because we bring in licensed makeup artists, and they go to makeup, and they have access to the entire space. And really what you see is, as people are trying on the wigs, they're starting to get into the personas. They're playing around with ideas. And then once they find their wig, it's game on. They go to makeup, and once they start getting the makeup on and the lashes and everything, then they're in full persona. And it is so magical to watch these men and women transform through putting on a wig and putting on makeup, and they start acting different, and they start speaking different, and they may start speaking with an accent. And it's so wonderful to see these people play. And that's absolutely what it is they get to play. It's playing dress up, and it's going back to our childhood, and it's going back to what our soul is calling for. And that is, love and abundance, and just playing and just putting aside all stresses and being this magical being. So that is what we do. And we also have a wig room. It's got several wigs. As you can see, I brought some ladies here with me.
Yeah, I love what you brought out for us.
Yeah.
They look great.
Thanks. I didn't bring them all, and I'm obviously not in my shop because it's midnight in Colorado, and I needed to be at home. Yeah, so we do have a wig room, and it does have privacy curtains, so we can close the privacy curtains. So if someone does want to come in and have that privacy, they can do that, and they can bring whomever they want with them, and we can just play. We can try on something very colorful in a fantasy color, or we can try on something that's very natural looking. We have a wide range of different things for people to try on, whether it's long or short, or really curly or straight, or rainbow color. We have it covered. So,
oh man. So I grew up with short hair. I used to cut my hair off every summer. And one time I actually went swimming in Arizona for like 6 hours, and my hair turned green. My mom was like, "Oh, no one's going to notice. No one's going to notice." And everyone in school noticed. And so what I did is I decided I would dye my hair an auburn red. Well, what happened is, because of the chemicals, it made it like a black, red, like different colors, right? Like that. And then my mom had a brilliant idea to tell me to perm it. And so on top of that, I pretty much lost my hair. And I went short. Mm-hmm. And then after that, I decided I wanted long hair. And since then, it's really interesting, because with long hair, I think that I look at wigs more now. And I think it's because for me, in that persona, I don't have to dye my hair. I don't have to perm my hair. I don't have to do anything like that, but I get a chance to explore who I am in each moment. And I know for me, that's a huge piece for my life, because I utilize energy in my different needs of who I want to express who I am, whether it's going to business or going to play, like you're talking about. And so I guess one of my questions for you right now is like, because I know you have some very, very good intuitive gifts on top of everything, right? So what do you feel when someone's coming in? Like, let's say if someone's gone through something traumatic and they've lost a piece of them, what do you notice, you as in your profession and your abilities?
One of the things that I really kind of tune in is just how they're getting them to talk and getting them to talk about what they like and what they don't like, and what sparks them, what lights their fire. And just I really start visioning them in some sort of style. And then once we kind of start showing them the different styles and the different cuts and things like that, you can kind of see their eyes spark. Well, I always wanted to be a redhead, and I always wanted it to be, a little bit short and curly. And then we whip out the Darcy wig and pop it on their head, and they just kind of light up, and it's just a party, And so really just kind of going with the intuition of like seeing that vision of them and what it's transpiring into. But yeah, just getting a hunch for the personality, and I don't know, it's just kind of, the vision that comes. It's just kind of hard to explain. It just comes.
I love it. I can understand how that would be, because when like my community, people that have been affected by cancer and you've lost your hair, are the ones that have other issues, and and your issue, Ruth, I actually knew someone that also did that too. It was a chemical thing, and all of a sudden the hair starts coming out, and so whatever the reason why, when you're faced with this, because I have a boatload of them, and in truth, because people kept giving me wigs, and it became overwhelming, truly overwhelming. And so I can see how it would be so helpful to have someone be able to help get through that barrier, because truthfully, maybe I would have decided to wear a wig if I had had a different experience, but I just kind of took the attitude, well, they're hot and I'm not going to do it. I'm okay like I am. However, the way that you're explaining it, I'm thinking, wow, you know what? That sounds cool. That sounds like fun. Mm-hmm. That sounds like self-discovery, back into that awareness piece. And what have you noticed? I'm just curious, from people that have lost their hair for some reason, that do you find that wig, that experience, not only for the party piece, but going forward, like if you were to see them in town or see them later, do you still see a shift in them? Do you still see that experience going forward?
Absolutely. When they love their wig, you can just see their whole demeanor just change. You can see this attitude, and by attitude I mean like this personality of it's a shift, it's a confidence, it's a sassiness, it's all of the above. It just comes out, and they are owning that look when they really do love their wig. It's magic. It's just magic to see them transform into this light, this lit up human being. So, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to step away for a second because I'm going to go get a couple of props. I'll be right back. You guys
okay.
Okay.
Give me a moment.
Ooh, goodies.
Go get wigs.
I know. It's so cute. So which is your favorite? Because I know when anybody's building a business, there's a passion in it for themselves, right? Yeah. And you were drawn to this, right? And in discovering what wigs to buy, what ones to have in your shop, what ones do you want to do or not do, what have you noticed that you've been more drawn to?
For me personally,
Uh-huh.
you know, it's been quite fun to discover, and I've kind of gone a little copper in my hair. It's usually purple,
Yeah.
which it's now copper, so it's kind of a reddish gold color. But in the wigs that I really love, there's two that I am passionate about, and one of them is green, and it's this dark, dark kind of emerald hunter green. So I do have one of those, and that is my persona is the Dark Mother, which I have Kali Ma tattooed on my arm.
Yes.
So I kind of have this thing with these goddesses. So that's one of my personas. But the other one is kind of a red, kind of a henna color. Oh yeah, that color right there. That color right there.
Just talking about that color.
Yeah, I was really surprised that I just really love wearing a red, like henna burgundy color wig.
Yeah,
and it's like this new persona that's coming out, and I don't have her name yet, so she's gonna be named soon.
I'm excited for that one.
That's beautiful.
Oh, Tamara. Yeah,
look at all the curls. See, you don't even have to fix your hair.
we could throw you on one of my horses and have you go yeehaw, light on down.
Oh yeah. So you know, and I'm not trying to belittle, but you know, it's like you know. I keep thinking about, and that's why I actually kept these things, because, you know, it was like, okay, there has got to be some fun in all of this. And you, Heather, talking about this, it was like, okay, yeah, let's be real. This is not necessarily the Tamara look. However, you know, it's still fun to play, right? And I've got a whole bag of these things here. You know, it's like, okay, game on. Okay, so you guys keep talking. I'll be back.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
It's so much fun to see these, and I get a lot of performers and a lot of dancers that come in, of various types of dancers, and they obviously wear wigs when they perform, and it's just, I got to tell you, there's like something that happens when people put on a wig and they have a little bit more confidence to go and perform, or whether it's, you know, drag, or whether it's burlesque or any other kind of dancer, that it gives them the security to play and to be this other person in a way. So it's quite fun. Oh yeah.
Oh girl.
There we go. You know. Okay. Here we go. Baby.
See, she's talking different.
Exactly. Different. It is exactly like you're saying. She's gone for a couple seconds, goes back, and she's totally different person.
Like, okay, you know, it's like I feel like a James Bond kind of, you know, not quite doing the James Bond girl, but like, okay, you know, let's just like play it real, baby, like the 60s. Oh yeah, okay.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah.
So this just showed up. I was thinking about it. I have a black and red one that I love, and it's short. It's like short and spiky, and I always feel super sexy in it. And what have you noticed with like maybe the personas or personalities or types of people that choose the different colors or the different lengths? Have you seen any like kind of a general consistency of maybe what they're going through or the personality type that they're wanting to express more?
Yeah, so sometimes we do have a couple of short kind of Russian spy bob wigs, and that one's pretty popular, and it is always 9 times out of 10 it's someone puts that on and they pick that wig and they become like a Russian spy, and they have like the accent that goes with it.
Ooh.
Or the other thing that I've been seeing is really long wigs and in various colors, that it usually has some sort of wave to it. And they they just put that on and they're like, oh my gosh, like they are in a sassy mood, and it is so it just varies. It totally varies. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, because every time I put that same wig on, it's like the same girl comes back, that same woman comes back, and it's probably like 15 years old. But I love it.
And keep with it.
But I would love to tell me a little bit more about your wig parties that you have.
Definitely. So like I said, they happen after hours, and people have the entire space to themselves, so they can bring in food and drink. And what am I going to forget? I'm not going to forget anything. So we can probably house up to, I would say, 16 to 18 people, because our space is a little bit smaller than our Austin shop. Our Austin shop in Austin, Texas is the original location, and it's owned by my beautiful friend Allison. And so they can house probably up to 20 to 30 people, but our shop is a little bit smaller, and we can house 16 to 20 would probably be pushing it a little bit. It would get a little crowded. We do have a little lounge area for people to sit and lounge and converse, and we have an area for people to bring in food, like buffet style. And we also have a dry bar so people can bring their drinks. And then I take 2 people back at a time into the wig room, and we close the curtains, because having more than 2 people back there at a time gets a little, not only does it get warm back there, but it also is really hard for people to concentrate and focus on what they really want than hearing 20 different opinions about what they're trying on next. So we
kind of so cute. Try this on. Oh,
yeah. It would go down a wormhole and never come out. So yeah, so we keep it 2 people back there at a time, and we usually try and keep it to 2 to 3 wig tries on. If someone's struggling, we can work with them, but we get them in a wig that they like, and you can always tell if they're on their 3rd wig and they're just like, yeah, it's fine. Then it's like, no, let's find your spirit wig. So we'll work with them in that way. And then once they get in their wig, we'll pin it on for them. But before we put them in a wig, we do wig caps, pin their hair back and do wig caps for everybody. And then they go, after they get their spirit wig, they go to makeup. And we have some beautiful, wonderful makeup artists that do some really great stuff. And they can choose to do eyelashes, to do the fake eyelashes. And which really kind of ties everything together. It's kind of like you can't have this big, fabulous wig on and not have eyelashes. I mean,
oh, Tamara.
You look like a professor or something.
Ooh, yeah. That's right.
Now I look like you guys.
You're blonde. Very, very nice.
You got to start giggling a lot more then.
Exactly. We love the giggles.
We do.
And I don't mean to be making light. It's just that, the thing here, and that's what and so as we were talking about this segment, and I thought, okay, you've got to have some fun. And that's what I love what you're doing with what your program is. One of my buddies is saying, I look like a teacher. Okay.
Professor, teacher, there you go.
All right. Watch out, Helene. You're gonna have to
gonna give you detention.
Yeah, right. On bombshells, and you would know, Teresa. But don't you think that, like what you're sharing with the fact that the spirit wig and being able to go in there and feel good about yourself, and work through it. I mean, in truth. Yeah, I had an issue with them, and so yeah, I'm having some fun with it because that's my personality. Just have some fun, right? And yet, if I had your opportunity to go and work with someone to find that spirit wig, to find that persona that would be like, oh yeah, no, I actually feel good in this. That is huge.
Mm-hmm.
That is huge, because I will say this. We did film with one of our buddies once, and we had a professional makeup artist come. She had found her wig. She loved it. And she, at the end of that experience, she actually said that it was when she felt the prettiest that she had felt in the whole experience that she had had since becoming sick. And then we took pictures that then were out there for an event that took place. She was able to take that home with her, and she was a stage 4. She was able to pass, pointing at that picture that we took that day that she had that makeover, and she was at peace. It was like, okay, I feel good about myself. I have had these wonderful experiences. I remember that day. It was a very good day. Those experiences can make a difference in someone's complete life, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I know that, and by no means can I ever relate to going through chemo and losing my hair and being that sick. But just, I know when I have been sick with the flu or whatever and not, did my hair or bathed or,
Right.
had makeup on for quite a long time, that even just putting mascara on or fixing my hair, just something like that, I know it just makes you feel better. It just changes the attitude. So yeah, I can only imagine, not having any hair and then being able to pick something that makes them feel beautiful. Yeah, I
love it.
It's very
I love it.
Yeah.
It is.
So when you keep saying spirit wig, which calls to my heart, and for me, I get what that means. But can you maybe elaborate a little bit of what you mean by spirit wig for some of our watchers?
Yeah. So the spirit wig is basically when you put it on, that is that's your hair, or that's, you can see yourself, you can feel it coming through. It just feels right, and you fall in love with it. And it's your spirit wig. I call myself the chief fun officiator / wig whisperer. So
I love it.
It only goes to, helping you find your spirit wig.
Right.
That's so fun.
Well, and I'm glad you asked that question, Ruth, because I was thinking like spirit animal and spirit, all the different things, because there's that fine line, when, especially when you're dealing with something like a life-threatening situation, that we're helping people get through it. However, we're facing something that is, if nothing else, is changing the dynamics of the moment. And when you talk about the spiritual piece of it, or that piece that then brings your being inside alive, that's what I'm also feeling from it, because that feeling inside, because that's what we need to tap into when we are going through something like that, to say, okay, maybe this looks a little different right now. However, this is what counts, right? And so when we get that spirit side going, there's game on, Cancer. You're out of here, because it's that alignment, and something like this, to be able to do that is pretty powerful, and that you get to play with that. You get to not play, but you get to help, have fun, be there, find that joy, find that magic, find that moment. That's huge in my book.
Most definitely. And I think it is truly important to help people, especially when they're not feeling up to par, to really help them tap into their spirituality. And if it means, putting on a wig or having a soul to soul conversation, I can't think of something better than tapping into something that lights their spirit up.
Yeah.
I'm also kind of, as you guys are communicating about this, I'm feeling like different times when I've experienced dressing up, right, myself. And for whatever reason, I felt safer, in a sense, to be that piece of me in it. It was almost like the wig and like the makeup was my protective cloak, so that I can express it safely. So do you know what I mean with that?
Yeah.
What is that? What do you feel like that is? Because it feels like it could be such a really neat, almost safe environment, in a sense, to express more who you are.
It's very, very interesting, because what I really started tapping into going on this journey of mine was just really stepping into my true authentic self. And when I started working on Coco Coquette, I thought, well, isn't that ironic that we have to put on a mask or a different wig and makeup to really help some people step into who they are? And I think part of that is it's just discovering a different aspect of ourselves. And I think it gives us permission to do something a little bit different than we would normally do, because we're different. We have a different appearance and we feel different. And this persona is coming out. So I think it just allows people permission to just truly relax and test the boundaries, or to just do something different, because they look different and they feel different. So obviously when you feel different, you're going to act different. So I think it's just tapping into a different aspect of ourselves.
Well, this is definitely fun. I have to say, I've been having a fun time with it, and I hope that that not too much comic relief, but but the thing here, and the buddies. I want to say that one of my buddies, she made a comment that it's in here somewhere, that when she puts on her wig, she feels like herself again. And it can be that the wig can take you somewhere else if you're currently still, if you will, intact. But if things have changed, and that wig can take you back to a place where you want to, that makes you feel like, okay, here I feel like me right now. I was looking for my big pink outrageous wig because that was what I graduated in, and it was like, yeah, that was me. But but it's all about the Teresa just said it well. Playful, fun, and confidence.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need that. We all that need that, no matter what situation we're in, right?
Absolutely. Especially when you're going through something as it can be traumatic to lose your hair. I can only imagine. But I feel like hair is very important, and especially to women, that, if you've ever gotten a bad haircut, it kind of dampens everything for a little while. But
I've had nightmares about bad haircuts. Like dream time nightmares about bad haircuts.
Yeah. So I can't imagine having the experience of losing all of your hair. And to be able to play and to feel a little bit more normal than usual. If it means putting on a wig and playing and allowing yourself to have a little bit of fun and humor about the whole thing, then I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's play. Let's make
it definitely. And what's interesting, we're gonna talk vibrational a little bit and healing through the spiritual aspects of our body. The second you can start to transform you into willingness and courage, right? Willingness and courage. So just the action of being willing to explore who you are actually shifts the dynamics of your body to where it's open to receive that higher energy of healing, that breath of, okay, maybe I can do this. Okay. And your body will start to acclimate and help support you in that healing process. So stepping into the shop in Coco Coquette, Colorado, Denver, with Heather would be that step in saying, okay, body, here we go. Let's see what our options are. And that in itself gives you that raising vibration. Oh, Tamara. Oh, I am loving this.
Yes. Yeah. So not only do we have wigs and makeup and sparkle, but we have feather boas, and we have mask and headdresses. And I make a lot of the mask and headdresses in our shop. So, I love it. And we also do custom wigs, so we can style and put, double stack some wigs and tease the crap out of them and all kinds of stuff. So we have all kinds of things to go in wigs and masks.
And you make the wigs, or do you order them, or what do you get to do with that?
Yeah, so we do order the wigs, and we have several manufacturers that we order from, and all of our wigs in our shop currently are synthetic. We will eventually have a few human hair wigs just for people if they want to come in and try them on. I won't have a ton of them just because it's really hard to match hair colors, and in order to please everybody, I would have to have a bazillion natural color wigs. But we do specialize more in kind of the playfulness of it. But we take wigs that we order and kind of make them into other things. At the shop, I currently have a Marie Antoinette that was taken from a very long curly wig and turned her into a Marie Antoinette style wig. we can double stack some wigs where you take 2 wigs in different colors and just kind of tease the crap out of it and do some bouffants and stuff. So just some fun things, turning them into fun creations. So
Oh, Tamara, we're gonna have a party at Heather's place in Colorado at Coco Coquette.
Yes.
Okay.
Please do.
And then we'll post on Chemo Buddies the product of our new personas that we're doing it in. So what do you have behind you? Can you show us some of those a little more up close?
Yes, and I'm going to try and not knock any of these girls over because I have them like standing on stands that are on top of boxes and stuff. So this pink one right here is actually my daughter's, and it's very long and kind of wavy. And what she's done, she's kind of my professional braider. So she's done a fishtail braid. So this is my daughter Avery's wig. And then this one over here is a Marie Antoinette inspired wig, and
cool.
It's in purple, so she has lots of curls, and she's got some cupcake hair pieces in her hair.
Fun!
Yeah.
It's a party.
It is. And then this little beauty is, I don't know if you can see her crown, but it's some stars. And then she's got this beautiful Marina Feeney star necklace on. Yeah, this is that green that I was telling you about. It's really popular, and it's a beautiful, beautiful color. And then this other blonde babe over here, her name is Bet. The style of the wig is Bet, and she's very flapper style.
Yeah, she looks like she would be. That would be fun.
Yeah, and she's got a feather choker on and a black feather hair piece pinned into her hair. So she's ready for the New Year's Eve party.
Oh man, I love it. So I get a little wild. How do you keep them on?
Well, we do have some pins that you can pin. Sorry, my light's about to fall over. We do have some hair pins. So some of the wigs come with hair clips in them, and they adjust, so you can adjust them to fit better too. But you can also pin it with some bobby pins. But if you're too wild, I mean, you just got to think about you have on a wig. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then for the
like, remember you're in high heels, stuff like that, short skirt. Okay.
Yeah, you got to think
remember what you're wearing.
Think about it. There are some lace fronts and what the lace front is it gives you a more natural hairline. And actually, I can show you on this one. It comes with pretty long lace when it's in the shop. But once you decide that that's your spirit wig, then we'll cut it. This one came with a lace front, and I don't know if you can see this lace, but it's been cut because this is my daughter's.
Okay.
But what happens with this is that they do have tape and they do have glue that you can actually tape it to your skin, and it stays on better.
Okay.
And then they also have caps for those of that are, bald, because many people that are going through any kind of treatment, their skin is very sensitive.
Yes.
And so that there are, linings and different things that different people like. They connect with different, some kind of a layer. Some type of layer between the wig and their head.
Yes. We do have wig caps, and we have a couple of different types that we have available in the shop. But usually what happens inside the wig, see, this one has a clip. So it kind of
holds it a little bit.
If you have hair, your hair is going to be pinned back, and you're going to have on a different wig cap. And what that can do is it can go underneath and kind of go underneath the wig cap and pin into your hair so that it stays a little better. It also has one on the back, so it's almost like it hooks on in two different places. But then you can also bobby pin. But someone who doesn't have hair, they're obviously going to have a different wig cap that's a little bit softer.
Right.
And if you wanted to use the tape, if you wanted to use the glue, you could do that too. If you really wanted to get wild and crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Tamara, we're talking about wild activity with a wig.
well, we have some of our friends, and we are kind of, we need to think about the segment, because we did get behind, and we've got Dr. Sandra that's next, and it's 12:03 right now.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And
so many fun people.
Yeah, but we've got Noelle Agapia saying that she needs 5 spirit wigs for all of her personalities. And then Teresa's like, yeah, me too, and so Teresa did ask, where in Colorado?
Yeah, so we are on South Broadway in Denver, and our address is 11 East Bayard Avenue, and we're in between Broadway and Lincoln. Lincoln goes one way, Broadway goes the other way, and Bayard connects the two. And if you know where the new Voodoo Donuts is on South Broadway in Denver, we are in the same building, just around the corner from them. So yeah, we have a website. You can also look it up, the location we have Google My Business. So if you Google us, it'll come up and it'll show you all kinds of pictures that I've been posting on Google. So,
well, awesome. I want to thank you for coming and playing, and thank you for humoring, letting me, be a little bit of humor here, because for those that, are facing one of the times that for women, as you had said, many have the hair issue is as critical, if not even more, than going through treatment itself. Losing their hair it can be huge. And so to have a service, a Heather that's out there to say, okay, we got this. Yeah. We're going to turn it into a party. And you can have a spirit wig. Let's do it. I love it. And we are, I just have to, because this is my job, guys. It is a giving. We are now officially into Tuesday Pacific time. So it is Giving Tuesday. So
you kicked it off, Heather. Yeah.
So give.
Yeah, let's have that in mind, guys, because this is a fundraiser for an organization that is making a difference. We're having fun, and we're going to continue to have fun, and we're here with the buddies, and even the ones that have been playing with us and saying, hey, my wig helps me to feel like me. I can't even say how much that means to hear those words from someone that that really can make such a huge difference in their full spiritual and their being. And so I just want to say thank you. And let's see. Thank you, beauties. Love you. Pure divine light. We've had so much fun, and wild and crazy now. You're speaking my language. Thank you for being a part of this. I'm going to let you, Ruth, close it out with Heather, because you two know each other better. And what is it that you feel that we need to hear before we're done?
Yeah. So what I would love to do is, Heather, do you have any gold nugget, anything you'd love to give as far as share insight or give an opportunity or anything like that for those participating in any of the buddies?
Yeah, I would love to donate a wig to I don't know, the first person that donates $100, they can contact me directly, and I can get them some pictures of some wigs that I would like to donate. and they can hopefully find their spirit wig in one of those.
I love it. Thank you. Woo! Okay, girls. Okay, girls and guys. Every game on. First one. $100. Spirit wig.
Yep.
Wink, wink. Okay. I know you girls out there, you were saying you have 5 of them that you're looking for. So here you go. And it goes to a good cause. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah. Tamara, you and your people can get with me and let me know who donates, and we can get connected that way. So
I love it. And maybe we can follow up with a picture or something. Spirit, you know. I love it. Game on. Okay, guys.
Okay.
First one, $100. Donation, spirit wig.
That's right.
Yep. Okay, so Erin's putting it out there. cb4l.org. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so very much, both of you. This has been delightful, fun, entertaining, and truly impacting.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes. Go out there, and we're going to be right back. And I will change. Okay.
Don't go changing.
Thank you.
Bye.